Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown, where we talk about 2A news and conservative views. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name's Mike Piwowarski, coming to you live from the East Coast. It's the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most here on The Rundown. 2A views, conservative news, and Craig, day one of the hostage situation. How was your weekend?
My weekend was phenomenal. I did absolutely nothing constructive. Well, no, I take that back. I did mow the lawn. Other than that, I did nothing constructive. I just chilled, relaxed, ate, drank, and was merry.
Gotcha. Well, obviously, did a little radio on Saturday, but other than that, took most of Veterans Day off just to chill and a little bit of errands, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and watched the airplane. I did that. That was about it. That's about it.
All right. So, what is so help me to understand? And I understand what the typical day of celebrating Memorial Day should be. What should one be doing in honor of Veterans Day?
Oh, buying them drinks. Buying them drinks. That's what you do. You should buy veterans drinks. That's all you got to do.
That's simple
Celebrating
enough. I can do that.
Yep. There you go. That's it. All you got to do. Make them all happy.
There you go. Well, problem solved. I actually did more than a little bit of that over the weekend. Made sure that at least a veteran or two that I knew, they were able to wet their whistle.
There you go. Very good. Very goodly on your part, sir. Very good.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Well, hey, what you said you just wound up doing radio on Saturday and relaxed on Sunday?
Yeah, a little arms room radio on Saturday. Took like I said, didn't really do much else for Veterans Day, and on Sunday and washed the airplane. That's all I did.
Very nice. Well, hey, it is what it is, and why is this? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the thing here, and I'm wondering why it's still saying that I am offline when a signal should be coming. Oh, there it is. Bam! Okay, we're on Rumble. I was wondering why our signal did not appear to be going on to Rumble, but it's going.
There we go. Perfect.
All right. So on that note, let's go ahead and prepare to get started. But before we do, we have to make sure to give a shout out to our sponsors. Mikey, take it away.
That's right. Hitmanindustries.net. That's hitmanindustries.net. If you got yourself an AR in the last 5 years, you probably got one of their barrels and don't even know it. Well, now you could buy from them factory direct to rebarrel your current AR rifle or have a barrel for your new AR build. It's hitmanindustries.net. Republican Assembly fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Now you could take part in California's future today. Make sure you check out the California 6th congressional race while you're there. Hog Holsters, that's HAWGholsters.com for your best tactical concealed holster on the market. That's Hog Holsters. Use the discount code The Rundown, all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. And if you're looking for some tactical gear, outdoor, indoor, going hunting, going fishing, going camping, getting ready to go to Israel, whatever you're getting ready to do, you can check out everything you need except the gun at uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. These are our sponsors. They bring us to you so that we can bring you to them. Do us a favor. Do them a favor. Do yourself a favor. Visit their websites. All you got to do is go into the links in the description to this program. Check them out. If you like what you see, spend some money with them. And make sure you tell them it was the guys over at The Rundown that sent you. I just remembered I wanted to also, for our audience, I wanted to offer you guys an apology. We had no show on Friday because as I noted earlier back then, I had a big client with a very, very big event on Friday, and it turned out to take...
I was here.
Huh?
I was here. Where were you? I was here.
Oh, well, no one saw you. If you were there, no one saw you.
All right.
Yeah, if you were there, no one saw you. Sorry. But
just me sitting here for 30 minutes doing this.
There you go. Pretty much.
Where's Craig?
Which is kind of like how you do it every day, but okay.
Hey, I believe in phoning it in no matter what. You know?
There you go. There you go. But anyway, so had a big event. He wound up taking all day, a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. So that's why we didn't do the show on Friday. Appreciate your patience and your faithfulness to the program.
Right.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and get into today's stories. We're going to start here with the city of San Francisco. Now, anyone who has ever been to the city of San Francisco in the last few years, anybody who's ever talked to anybody who's visited the city of San Francisco, anybody who's ever read an article on the city of San Francisco, knows that the place has become a literal, what's the word I'm looking for? Shithole. And when I say that, I mean I literally mean it. Forgive my French if you have an issue with colorful language, but literally there are people pooping in the streets of San Francisco. It is bad. It is just devastatingly bad. And whenever the people of San Francisco step up and say, "Hey, you know what? This is making this a horrible place to live," government, Mayor Breed, her name is Mayor London Breed, Mayor Breed or district, y'all got to do something about this. They do absolutely nothing. Well, then there's a big conference coming to town. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, they figure out that they can actually do something. This is from USA Today. San Francisco hoping to resuscitate its doom loop post-pandemic image, almost post-apocalyptic, host the APEC and Biden. And what they don't say in here also includes Xi. It says over two decades, urban planner Getty Sewall has helped design some of San Francisco's trendiest neighborhoods and helped convert a 2-mile stretch of downtown into a car-free zone. That's in the past, amid talks of the city's downward spiral or doom loop, and with the city preparing to host the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, one of the world's major economic conferences. Sewall is disturbed by the recurring negative narrative plaguing the city's national and global post-pandemic, I still love to say post-apocalyptic image. Perhaps the summit, which started over the weekend and ramps up Monday, can spark the city's bounce back amid a long-standing homeless crisis, rising crime, and exodus of major retail outlets. Now, Mike, have you? That's right. You've never. I know you've never been to San Francisco, but what they've done. Here's what they did. Basically, they went and streets that were covered in feces and urine and homeless people. They literally within days scooped all of that up and sprayed down the streets and spray painted and got it all gussied up, like a teenager is cleaning up, told to clean up their room.
Oh yeah, like listen, anytime there's a major event in a major city, you see that kind of thing happen. I don't care if it's this event or the Super Bowl. That's what they do. They try to purdy it up and push all the homeless people out into the adjoining towns. And for the record, Craig, I have been to San Francisco. The last time was 1989.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So you have been to San Francisco. It was 1989. And then it was a figurative poop hole. Now it's a literal poop hole.
Yeah. Yes. And an actual hole of poop. Yes.
Hole of poop. Well, now they've filled in that hole. at least during the summit, and they did it. And it's just the funniest thing because now you've got Chairman Xi who's coming, and it's like they're trying to do this as a way in which to show off San Francisco to all of these other countries and all of these corporate CEOs. But they act like, well, we don't really have to do anything or fix it up or keep it that way once we get them to sign and bring their companies here.
Yeah, the only way they can make San Francisco look nice again and have no poop is if they all get off their planes in Reno and tell them it's San Francisco. Then it'll be better.
Yeah, that's not going to work though, because there is a difference.
Yes, but if you say, "Hey, I want to go outside and walk around and see the poop," or "Sir, would you like to come into the casino?"
True that. They just have to say, yeah, there's a lot of Indian tribes here in California. That's where the casino came from.
There are. There are a lot of Indian tribes in California, right? You've
Right.
got the Slapaho tribe, right? The
Oh, dun, dun,
uh,
tch.
the the Hekawis.
The what?
Hekawis.
Heck,
Hekawis.
Howies. Okay.
Yeah, they used to wander around out west going, "We're the Hekawi. We're the
Okay.
Hekawi."
I never heard that one, but okay. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Anyway, homelessness well, it's a big issue, especially here in California. Now, California's got, whew, it has got the largest percentage of our population. First of all, we have more homeless people than any other state in the country. A larger percentage of our population is homeless, and is having impacts beyond just San Francisco. In fact, in LA, there was a major fire that took place. So much so that it shut down a freeway that is the main artery there in the city of Los Angeles. And it says here, this is according to Breitbart, it says a massive homeless encampment beneath the underpass in downtown Los Angeles has shut down the 10 freeway indefinitely, right? That means they don't know when it's going to reopen. The fire occurred on Saturday in two storage areas beneath the freeway that also hosted a sprawling homeless encampment. I am sure that the homeless there had absolutely nothing to do with it. The incident, which closed westbound and eastbound lanes of the busy freeway between Alameda Street and Santa Fe Avenue, will significantly affect traffic in the area, officials said at a news conference without offering a timetable for reopening, noted the LA Times. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and said Angelenos should expect the freeway to be closed for some time. Once again, no real offering as to how long that's going to be. And here, Mike, if you're looking at the screen, here are just some of the images from the fire that took place. Now, I share this, and I think this is important because people have to understand this is a sanctuary city, right? This is a city that not just is a sanctuary to illegal immigrants, but is also a city that says, oh, yeah, we're going to now allow people to just camp wherever they want because they say they are homeless. We're going to allow them to camp wherever they want. We're not going to enforce any of the laws that we put in place in order to help keep this sort of stuff from happening. We're not going to enforce it because, well, they are homeless. Now, the overwhelming majority of these folks who are causing these problems, like these fires like this, they're not your just I'm down on my luck. I lost my job or my apartment got too expensive type homeless people. They're either the drug addicts, they're the alcoholics, they're the ones with mental health issues. And they're also the ones that are the habitual people who are habitually committing crime, the multi-time offenders. And because, we don't actually enforce crime here in California, in case you're wondering, because of that, they feel comfortable to do whatever they want. And these are the consequences of lack of desire to enforce the law.
Yeah. Hey, Craig, go back to the title page there. I want to see something there. I thought I saw this story somewhere else, but it was a little bit different. But no, all the way up to the top. Let me see the title. There we go. Let's see. We'll go, yeah. See, I saw this one, a different story. Must have been, I forget which source. I'll have to look it up for you. But it said massive fire at a 6,000 person homeless camp beneath an underpass downtown. And then it said officials estimate $2 million in improvements was made to the area.
Yeah, it was different people, but correct story. Well, yeah, that's the thing is they've invested. I mean, this is not for lack of investment, and all that investment has gone to naught. They've invested billions of dollars in homelessness in California, but the problem is that because, and by the way, a lot of that is wasted money, like, spending $800,000 to build a single tiny home. Stuff like that is the sort of stuff that's been happening here in California with that homeless money. There's been absolutely no accountability from the federal government, from the state. In fact, I will say this, even some Democrats in California legislature have said, hey, we need to have some sort of accountability and accounting of all these billions of dollars, both state and federal, that we have spent on homelessness, and we need to determine has anything good come out from it, because it looks like the problem is just getting worse.
And Craig, listen, it's going to continue. It's the what is it? It's the NIMBY, right? Not in my backyard, NIMBY. So you'll get all these people and all these governments. They'll start to give donations to all these homeless people and take them food and water and tents, and so they can continue to live there. Because guess what? They don't want them in their backyard. Nobody's willing to say, "Hey, let's get together and build ourselves a small, inexpensively built house, and we'll put it in our neighborhood so they can live there." Nobody wants to do that. There was a news story here recently in Florida where they had a mobile home park where they were trying to evict everybody because the place was condemned and the owner was trying to sell the property, and they'd shut off the water for weeks. So all these good idea people got together and started taking them water. Here's bottled water so you can stay here. How about we find them some else other place to live? Okay. How about we do that? Well, rather than and I get what they were doing. Let's give them food so they stay there. That way they don't come to our house, But they'll feel good because I'm doing something. I'm doing something about it.
Well, and they do. They wind up first of all, taking a lot of the homeless issues, or homeless people, homeless shelters, homeless services, and putting them in certain areas, right? They don't put them all over the place. They put them in specific areas. Once again, it's usually not where the politicians live. And that's always kind of been the case. In this case, what we're dealing with is no one wants to admit that drug abuse and mental health are the number one and number two issues that have to be addressed for many of these people, in particular the ones who are causing the problem. If you don't address the point where they can be of sound mind so that they can actually be in a place to take advantage of the housing resources and job placement resources and whatnot that are being made available to them, then they're just going to continue to be homeless because they're not in a mental place to be able to take advantage of it.
And listen, they're not. The left is not going to give them the fair shake, right? How many times do we have to see the stories of we're a sanctuary city, we want them here, and then they show up in Martha's Vineyard and they call the military to get them out. I mean, that's how influential they were. They called the military to hightail them out. Those people never saw the sundown in Martha's Vineyard. That's how quick they were gone.
They're like, oh, look, the poor homeless people. We are a sanctuary city. Let's be nice. Let's give them something to eat. Let's give them blankets, and let's give them bus tickets out of here.
That's it. Yep. Yeah,
on a military transport.
Yeah. You can't stay in my Airbnb mansion, but we will send you to New York City where you can kick veterans out of hotels, and that way they'll be homeless and you people can have someplace to live.
Well, and you only get to stay in the hotel until we can find a way to ship you off to New Jersey.
There you go. That's worse than going to war.
They're like, we left a place just like this.
It would be great. It would be great. Imagine like there's a wall around New Jersey and it's straight up on the other side, but on the inside it's got this long ramp, so you can just throw the homeless people up there and they just slide all the way down into New Jersey somewhere.
Just to slide down into New Jersey. Why does that not sound good?
It'd be fun. Good. They'll keep it.
Doesn't sound good at all.
They'll walk up the slope like they're going to leave, and then they'll be like, wee, and they'll slide back down.
There you go. Well, Mike, one of the things that I'm always constantly kind of harping on is the left just doesn't understand. I mean, first of all, their whole push of intersectionality, they don't realize how many people or how many groups that they advocate for actually advocate against one another. But not just that, but how they don't really follow the money when they put money into things, when they decide who they're going to fund. And here's a great example. This is about the Biden administration funding mosques that are actually praying for the annihilation of Jews and the Jewish state. This is an article that's actually over at the Washington Free Beacon. It says these mosques pray for the annihilation of Jews. They also receive money from the Biden administration. A federal program to help nonprofit groups protect against terrorist attacks has given millions of dollars to mosques and Islamic groups that have praised terrorists and called for the destruction of Israel, according to the Washington Free Beacon Review. The Department of Homeland Security awarded the California-based Mashhad al-Ansar Mosque $100,000 on March 9th under the nonprofit security grants program. Mustafa Kamal, the Imam of Masjid
Oh
al
man,
al
you
Nasir.
suck at name.
There you go. You're just listening to me butcher it.
You're horrible at names. You're so bad.
Earlier this year, called Jews a bigoted and arrogant breed of people, and prayed they will be annihilated in a war over the Holy Land, according to the Middle East Media Research Institute. So, and I'm wondering, okay, these are people who clearly are espousing not just racist, but clearly, they're advocating for terrorism, right? On behalf of racists. And I'm wondering if they're still going to be getting money from the American government.
Oh, it depends on who the president is, right? If we know which party would be in there that can continue to funnel them money. Oh well, we sent it to so and so, and it ended up so and so where, and now all of a sudden we're giving this terrorist $100,000 to this mosque, so they can go in there and chant about the evil Jews and how they must kill them. It's ridiculous, Craig. I just wait for the day, perhaps somewhere around 12 months from now, where we have a leader who goes over there and says, "Hey, listen, it's not working. So we can have a two-state solution, but they have to be separate from each other. You can't bury one inside the other. And take the one state and the borders are Israel and that's the state of the Israeli people, and then carve out a nice piece of desert somewhere else in the middle there and let the Palestinians live there. I just and it's gonna have to take a United States to stand up and say, and if anybody else messes around with what's going on here, you're next. You don't think I'm crazy?
Did they not have in the way it was set up in the Gaza Strip? Did they not? I mean, because Hamas controlled the place, the Israelis pulled out. Did they not have their two-state solution?
No, it's not enough for them. Remember, because they want to be, right now they're trying to integrate two peoples into one state, and what Hamas wants is their own state, right? But they don't want Gaza or the West Bank, right? They want Israel to be their state. So it's just not going to work. No matter what you give Hamas, they're going to attempt to take more by force and death and by terror.
They want everything from the river to the sea. That's what they want. Yeah. They want a two-state solution where the Jewish state is dead.
Correct. It's time for them to go. And all this nonsense about, Craig, it's Hamas. It's not the Gazans, right? It's not the Palestinians in Gaza. Crap. There's so much they're not letting us see right now. I watched a video last week, Craig, of when they had the killings at the music festival, right? And they were Hamas was dragging the bodies through Gaza. And guess what all the women and children were doing in the street, Craig? They weren't, oh my goodness, it's so bad, I need to leave Gaza. They were all throwing rocks and bottle and spitting on the dead people as they were dragging them to the street. Okay.
That's the real story. The ones who were going and looting the houses.
And exactly right.
And they have tons of video of Palestinian civilians going into people's homes, coming out with stuff, riding off with kids' bikes and appliances and stuff like that. And those were not Hamas terrorists. Those were civilians who were guess they just felt like it was like free stuff. Now we see where BLM gets it. The BLM rioters
push them all into a neighboring Muslim country. I don't care which country it is. Let them deal with their own people. If they don't like it, they could pick their parts out of the fence or from underneath the tracks of the tanks.
There you go. Exactly. Anyway, I just, folks, one of the reasons why, once again, continue to talk to you about this stuff is because we need you to know that media is perpetuating, or in many cases, believing the lie, and they're telling you exactly what Hamas wants you to hear, but the left is telling you what Hamas wants you to hear, and we just want you to understand the truth.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I know it ain't easy to hear, but yeah, there are people in your government who are completely and utterly okay with women being raped and murdered and their bodies being dragged across the street, with children being beheaded, as long as they are Jewish. Yes, there are people who in your government, people in your universities who are okay with that. Not all of them. And it's not everybody on the left. I will give them, many of them, some credit. Many of them are stepping up, and they're saying something. So I want to make sure you know it's not everybody on the left, but sadly, it's too many.
It's enough. Put them on the buses. Take them to the camps.
There you go. All right. This last one you will find interesting because, well, it has one of our favorite people, Megan Rapinoe. The former soccer player who loves America. You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah, no, you know. She doesn't love America.
Purple-haired
girl who took a knee in Black Lives Matter and LGBTQI plus. Just once again hates everything about America and about Western culture. Well, she came out the other day and said, her injury during the championship was proof that God does not exist. Now, hold on, let me see if they got a kind of link to the video on here. Okay, they don't have the link to the video on here where she actually said it, but here, I'll read it for you. It says, U.S. soccer star Megan Rapinoe did her best to laugh off an injury she suffered in the final match of her career on Saturday. Rapinoe went down in the 6th minute as OL Reign lost to Gotham FC in the National Women's Soccer League Championship on Saturday night. Rapinoe said she believed she tore her Achilles. In a post-match press conference, Rapinoe said she was going to get the Aaron Rodgers treatment and try to recover from the injury, and said she'd reach out to him or whoever did his surgery. I'm not a religious person or anything, and if there was a God, like, this is proof that there isn't, Rapinoe said. This is effed up. It's just effed up. 6 minutes in, and I eat my Achilles. Now, Mike, I'm wondering, and maybe this just makes sense, if there is a God and you don't believe in him, and then you tear your Achilles, you cannot say that you're tearing your Achilles is proof that he does not exist. I'm thinking might be evidence that he does.
Yeah, Craig, this is like proving a negative, right? This is what she's doing here. Thereby, I sprained my ankle or tore my Achilles. Thereby, there must be no God. Oh well, let's go there. Let's ignore what's going on in, I don't know, Israel, right? And the mayhem there. But this little traitorous woman's Achilles is the defining item that whether a God exists or not. Okay, all right, so yeah. Good
well,
stuff. When did you say they had their match was on Saturday, Greg, or Saturday or Sunday, something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, but Mike, what gets me is I'm like, why do you have to say? I mean, my point is that that there are millions of people out there, billions of people. Let me clarify, out there who believe in God, right? Whoever you believe God is. Why would you go out of your way to offend every single one of them by saying that a God you don't believe in doesn't exist because you tore your kid? That makes absolutely no sense.
She's all about attention. She gets on the biggest stage in the world for women's soccer, women's football. Paints her hair purple, carries a rainbow flag, and kneels down during the national anthem. It's all about her. It's not about playing football or soccer. It's about her. She's a little attention person, and we glad to move on. Glad to move on. Sorry about your Achilles. Go be a story somewhere else now.
You know, Mike, I like that catch. I like that catch. You did an excellent job with your reference to her as an attention person.
Yes.
Because that's not what you were going to say.
She's willing to, she's a woman that's willing to sell her body for attention.
There you go. There you go. I think she's focused on attention. I think that's really what her thing is she wants to be the center of attention. And the thing is she's led a lot of the young women who are a part of that team down a very, very bad path. I mean, think about it, man. You had Americans who were rooting against the American women's soccer team.
Yeah, on the same team.
Right. Exactly.
The team was divided. The team was divided, which is why they were out in the first round.
My thing is this. Especially Megan Rapinoe, look, you clearly, if you hate America so much, you are more than welcome to leave. You're more than welcome to leave.
No.
If you hate being here
America
that much.
They want it how they want it. Well, move to San Francisco. You can have it like you want it.
Anyway, such is life, such is life. Well, that, folks, now brings us around to our parting shots, brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces. Get your Hog holster today. All right, this first one, I'm gonna set the stage for you. You may have seen this video, maybe you haven't. This was a woman who, well, I don't say a woman. No, we do not want to gender her. As you will see, it'll be an issue. Anyway, this is what happens when woke meets a DUI stop. You'll love it.
Perry? Am I?
Well, I'm non-binary, so.
Okay. What do you go by?
It's Kai.
How can I refer to you tonight? Kai?
Kai.
Okay. Hey, I'm smelling alcohol.
I know.
How much have you consumed tonight?
Like probably 3 drinks.
I need to run you through some tests right now. Stand facing me, please.
But I just want you to know that I also have very bad social anxiety.
You and me both.
Okay.
Okay? Any recent head trauma, traumatic brain injuries, anything I need to know about?
Mental, yes.
Not yet.
Focus on my finger, please.
I am. You're just like trying to intimidate me.
I don't know how I'm trying to do that. This is the test.
As you know, as an indigenous person, and there's a bunch of going around, I'm sorry, but it's just for me to be on my toes.
I get you.
Can you remember that I told you that I'm non-binary?
Yeah, I'll try my hardest. I'll refer to you as Kai, right?
Yes.
Perfect. I need to know if you have any injuries or anything that would prevent you from doing a standard walk or turn tonight.
Mental health.
Any physical injuries?
Mental, yeah. But no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mental, PTSD, depression, anxiety.
I get you.
What else you want?
Now with your right foot, place it in front of your left in a heel-to-toe touching manner with your arms by your side, just like this, ma'am.
Can you not call me ma'am, please?
I'm trying my hardest.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Wow. So I'm trying to count all of the things that were going on here. So she's non-binary, indigenous person with social anxiety issues.
Yes.
And this guy was clearly trying to intimidate her by misgendering her.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because he's got her driver's license in front of her and it says female on her. So if you call her ma'am, then my goodness, it's the end of the world.
But dude, I'm telling you, this now that is an exaggeration. But I hear stuff like this all the time. This is what people consider serious stuff. Like, I'm indigenous, and if you mispronounce my name, well, that is a microaggression and is a form of racism against me. If you use the wrong pronouns, I'm sorry. Let me just share something with you about pronouns. Pronouns are not yours. They're mine. It's what I use to refer to you instead of
Yeah. So, hey, Craig, this is how it would work if I was still working the DUI unit. Go ahead and tell me all the 3 things that are wrong with you again, and then I'm going to respond. The 3 things that she said were wrong with her.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I am. First of all, you use the term "ma'am," and I am non-binary, so I consider that a microaggression. I also want to tell you that I am an indigenous person, and I recognize this is your attempt to intimidate me, and I really need you to just not try and intimidate me because I have a social anxiety disorder.
Oh, okay. Dispatch, show me with 1 white female under arrest for resisting. And taser deployed. That's how we end that. We end that right there. Right there.
All right. I've never heard of this next guy, this next comedian. I've never heard of him before, but the first thing that I did after I heard this little segment on his routine was go back and replay the thing so I could see what cities he was in. You'll love it.
Biden, in his term, pulled out of Afghanistan and pulled into Ukraine, Taiwan, and now Gaza, thereby starting wars with Russia, China, Iran, and basically the whole Middle East. And this guy knows he's going to die. It's a suicide mission. He knows what he's doing. Biden's a straight-up jihadi. That's what he is. Forget Al-Qaeda. Al-Biden, okay? That's BISIS right there. Osama bin Biden. That's what that is. And you know who's been silent this whole time? Kamala Hamas.
Osama bin Biden.
Yep. Kamala Hamas.
Kamala Hamas. Okay, so here's what I'll tell you. Dude is clearly up on his geopolitical politics. He's got it. He understands who's aligned with who and what we're getting ourselves into. I was impressed.
Yeah, guarantee that guy's a veteran, by the way. Guarantee you he's a veteran.
Must be, because dude was on it. He was definitely on it. Yep. Well, all right, Mike. Well, hey, it's about that time for us to roll on out today. But before we do, we got to do one more quick shout out to our sponsors. You want to handle that for us?
Let's do it. Hitman Industries. That's hitmanindustries.net. Now you can buy all the AR barrels you need, rifle or pistol length, rifle or pistol caliber available. Make sure you check them out at hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. You could take part in California's future today. Make sure you check out the California 6th congressional race. And of course, if you're looking for some tactical gear, you're going indoors, outdoors, hunting, fishing, camping, whatever it is, check out our good friends at uscombatgear.com.
Once again, folks, please take a moment, visit our sponsors by going. You can either look them up or you can just follow the links in the description of this program. Go there, check them out. Make sure you tell them guys over at the Rundown sent you. And that'll be it for today. We very much appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. Remember, however you are partaking, let your friends know they can partake the same. Whether you listen, whether you watch, or whether you do both. However you do it, we don't care how you do it. We just care that you do it. And encourage your friends to do so as well. We will be back tomorrow on Taco Tuesday. Until then, y'all have a good time.